Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Vinnieart. I'm the owner of Mela Art World. I'm also a former lead designer of McFarlane Toys, and I've been in the comic book industry and entertainment industry for about 20 to 25 years, designing figures, statues, doing storyboard artwork and concept artwork. I've done stuff again for Image Comics, Devil's Due, Blue Water Comics, a whole bunch of different indie comic books, but I also have my own projects that I've done, and they consist of pirate book Shadow of the Kraken. I have a post-apocalyptic future story called City of Venus, and a beautiful hardcover book called Through the Woods. It's 100 pages, and again, fulfilled during the height of COVID and lockdowns. I am a very trusted creator. I deliver my projects, and everyone's been asking me if I'm going to be doing a Kickstarter. So this is my first Kickstarter. This project, The Art of Vinnie, a work of art, is volumes 1 and 2 of my original art books, remastered, just absolutely gorgeous in the format that I'm presenting it in. 140 pages, an additional 30 pages of unpublished work is in this book. So I hope you guys will consider backing and supporting this project. If it does well, I'll release more campaigns over on Kickstarter. I have a number of new projects and things in the works. I hope you guys will consider supporting. Remember, you can find more of my work over on melaartworld.com and vinnieart.com. Thank you again. Hello and welcome to the Friday Underground stream. This one's nice and early. Apologies, I didn't see anything sooner. Kind of been scrambling today a little bit, but yeah, there's like 10 minutes or so, no, 12 minutes left on my art campaign. So I wanted to make sure I'd have something up. I think you still might be able to back it a little bit after, but I'm not 100% certain of that. So I just wanted to make sure you guys are seeing this, whoever's watching right now live. I am on Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble right now. And yeah, I don't know how long we'll be going over here. But yeah, we have some of the topics and stuff to hit later. If people start to trickle in, I know a lot of people are still at work right now. And some people were just not aware that I was about to do a stream. Kind of spontaneous, but it is what it is. So, but yeah, like I said, I wanted to make sure that people can see that I do have this still going. So yeah, this is the volume 1 and 2 remastered with an additional 30 pages of unpublished artwork. That's what this campaign is. It's 140 pages of amazing artwork, which we have right here. Beautiful stuff. But yeah, I still do have my Indiegogo campaigns as well. If you guys have not seen those, they're over on Indiegogo. There's 4 active campaigns right now. But for Kickstarter, I wanted to make sure that you guys would be able to get some of those books. So it's kind of like one place to kind of get them all. Well, most of them. The only one that's not on here is Through the Woods. But yeah, there's some options on the side here. So if you want to get just the art books, you can do that. So there's the brand new one and the previous one I did, which was volume 3, 64 pages on that one, 140 on the other one. So yeah, that's a lot of artwork for you guys. You know, over 200 pages of beautiful art, and it has a little bit of everything in it. And I'm going to show a little bit more of that too soon. But yeah, again, this is kind of a spontaneous stream. I normally go on at around 5 p.m. But for those who are just starting to watch now or checking it out on the other streaming services, I thank you. Actually, it'd be good if I go over there. I got to keep an eye out on Rumble because I don't always get the updates for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, there we go. So I got that open. But yeah, so anyone who is watching now, welcome. And yeah, I'll scroll down. Again, all this artwork is me, hand drawn, inked, all that great stuff, colored. Hey, Brutal, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, the usual. But yeah, I had some time to sit down, so I figured I'd come see what's going on. Thanks.
Well, welcome, buddy. Holy crap! You're doing about as well as this campaign is.
God, then we're in trouble. We need to like do the push.
Right, right. We need to push hard. But yeah, like I said, we got about 9 minutes left. I was gonna stream earlier, but there was a bunch of things I had to juggle and still get things in order. I mean, I wasn't expecting any massive numbers on this, but again, it still did okay for not really having any push whatsoever. You know, I had some people that were faking support over on Twitter, and I you get to really see who your friends are, you know, with
Yeah,
shit like
well,
this.
that's
Yeah.
why I kind of quit doing stuff on Twitter. I found out who my friends were.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. There's one that was playing games and retweeted my old campaign, not the one that I've been plastering everywhere for the past 30 days. That actually has a green ticker on it that says "Just funded Kickstarter back today." Not that one, the one you have to go digging for. Holy shit! I
Thanks.
swear, man. Just and they think that you can't see what they're doing. It's unbelievable, but. All that aside, yeah, I mean, we have some high quality stuff here, and I want to make sure people are gonna continuously get the high quality stuff. You know, too many fakes out there who are just taking your money and making you wait 3 to 5 years and not giving you shit. Um, that irritates me. I fulfilled all my campaigns on time. This newest one, like I said, it's already done. I have a sample copy in my hand. So yeah, as soon as I get my money from Kickstarter, I am contacting the printer, and yeah, we're gonna fulfill this thing a lot sooner than the date that you see on here. So because it's about being professional, and a lot of these people, they don't know how to be that, um, and it's sad. And that's one of the reasons why the indie scene is like gone to shit. But anyway, I was letting people know too that yeah, you get my other books on here like City of Venus. Again, if you're looking for a nice post-apocalyptic kind of futuristic story with hot babes, you know, this is the book. You know, 32 pages. It's a post-apocalyptic action sci-fi story. It's got a little bit of everything, though. Really, one person unknowingly has the power to either save or destroy what's left of this world. The future has been ravaged by war, failed tech, and genetic mutations. This is a fight for survival. So there's a little kind of ticker bumper thing for it. And the sequel, I'm telling you, it is looking so damn good. As soon as this is completed, yeah, I'm diving even further into volume two. I'm going to give you guys a whole lot more. I might do some slight updates with streaming, like on my Mellow Art World channel, to show people a little bit of the process. But it's difficult because I really don't want to spoil anything. I kind of like want to drop this, you know, right when the book is ready to launch, and then be like, you know, look at all this amazing stuff that is going to make everyone's jaws hit the floor. It's kind of the goal with it, but you know, and then of course we have Shadow of the Kraken. This is the pirate story. It takes place in the 1700s. Former member of the Royal Navy, Nathaniel James Callan, and his crew, now pirates surviving in a historical world in the Caribbean. They're pursued by a ruthless, mysterious man with a vicious crew hell-bent on revenge and vengeance. Rare treasures, fierce ship battles, and amazing locations, brutality, just like your name, and more. So, yeah, we got hot babes, we got amazing story, awesome artwork, all that good stuff for the fine folks. So yeah, don't miss out on this stuff. Like I said, we're down to the last couple of minutes, last handful of minutes. Which, like I said, most people I think would be watching on the replay, the ones who are on my channel, because yeah, no one knew I was streaming this early, which kind of sucks. But yeah, it's, you know, a little bit of burnout on like the last day or so of this campaign, but we did pretty good though. I pulled in an extra $1,000 on the last 24 hours. So thank you to the people who've been supporting this. You guys and girls, again, real MVPs. Yeah, and all the ones who actually tweeted out or shared the proper link. Yeah, you guys are legends. So thank you very much on that. But yeah, I don't know. I thought we'd talk maybe a little bit of comics or other shit. Brutal. What do you feel like chatting about today before we get into other crazy stuff later?
Well, I don't know. I kind of touching on the same topics you've been talking about, like I was going back and forth with let's just say somebody who's like a papa to me. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I was talking this morning to somebody who's like a papa to me.
Right.
All right, I'll say it like that. And we were talking about the hate watching stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're watching these shows, the Disney Plus or the Marvel things or the whatever shows,
Yeah.
and then you're streaming about how much you dislike it. And I was like, I could understand, not liking where it's going. And of course, you have to like watch it to be able to call out the bullshit,
Yep.
to be able to call it out, you have to kind of know what you're talking about. So you have to kind of watch it, right? But then at the same time,
there's an
right,
argument behind that, but yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
right. Yeah, you know what I mean? But like, but then at the same time, when the gazelle finds out the well is poison, it stops drinking out of that water.
Mm-hmm.
When you got 2-3 gazelles drinking out of the well and your buddy gazelle next to you drops dead, you kind of go, maybe I should stop drinking this water, right?
What one would think.
So, I mean, you kind of got to, so I could understand the whole, you got to know what you're talking about, and, you got to watch it to see that it's messed up.
Yeah.
But then once you find out it is, keep walking. Like, with for example, like me with my old lady, when I found out she was bumping like 4 of her coworkers, I didn't pull up with a bucket of popcorn in my chair and watch it.
Right.
Granted, what I did wasn't what people are supposed to do either, but not to get off topic. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, once you find out bad, wrong, no good, you stop putting your money into it. Put your money into the people, right? Put your money into the people that are doing it right, doing it good, putting everything they got into providing excellence.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, man, because that's the thing. All of them, they watch the first couple of episodes or whatever, put whatever the title is, X marks the spot there of whatever shitty programming thing it is. Okay, you watch the first couple episodes. That should be enough where you see what it is.
Right.
So, like you said, like you said, like the gazelle drinking. It's like, oh, this tastes like shit. It's probably shit.
Yeah, it looks like shit, tastes like shit, smells like shit. It's probably shit.
Right. But the squirrels are running over, throwing money at them to tell them to keep drinking it. So that's what it's like as well, right? It's their fans that are cheering them on, and that's why they'll continue it. Because I'll tell you right now, if the money wasn't being thrown their way, they'd pivot this to another topic. They wouldn't stay on that, So part of it is like they are being fed as well. So that's the sad fact of it. It's like the drama shit. Everyone hates it, but yet you still have a small circle of them that still watch that trash. And then it's not even about the product. It just becomes like merchandise, all these books, so that they're late. They don't care. It's like, oh, it's the equivalent of sending a super chat. And to me, it's quite repulsive because you're showing that you don't care about what you're doing. Your product doesn't mean anything to you. And then why should the fans care either? Because it's something different now. And that's the sad fact of it. When you combine the YouTube nonsense with trying to use it as a tool for marketing, the parasites kind of spring up. And that's what's shitty about kind of all this stuff of what's going on. But I don't know. I guess I'm still too old school and too stubborn where I believe in, putting actual quality out there and great work. And, that people will eventually be like, oh, shit, that looks amazing. Let me go back it. So, that's where we're kind of at right now. But again, I wasn't expecting much on this campaign, to be quite honest, because it's Kickstarter. But the ones that are picking it up, you guys are getting top quality because, I don't skimp on the details. Again, Volume 1 completely remastered. Like you'll see every bit of color. These pages are so beautiful. I don't like to use hype words or anything like that, but for me personally, because I'm a collector of things, and I want to make sure if I'm putting out a book, it's going to be something that I would definitely pick up if I saw it in a shelf. So
right, and it goes. It's the same as everything else. Like I've been backstage, back in the back, and watching guys like you and Chris Fisk and friggin' Scotsman and stuff, and like you guys are painstakingly paying attention to every detail. Like Leonardo da Vinci wouldn't have been renowned as a world-class painter if he didn't put everything he had into it.
Exactly, dude.
If these guys carving the marble statues back in the day, they wouldn't be on display right now if they were like, good enough for me. Let's send it out.
Yeah, exactly. Never too old for Lego. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about my art book right now. I'm on the last minutes of it. You might, let me refresh. You might still be able to back. I'm not 100% on this. Yeah, you could still back it apparently. Yeah, I was in the last couple of minutes as I started this. So yeah, if you want to pick it up, yeah, definitely check it out. It's 140 pages, some of the highest quality work that's out there. In fact, I'm going to show you right now. I did a short on my YouTube channel. Hold on, let me share this. You get a sneak peek of actually what's in it. So I guess it's fine. I could do this now, but yeah. So here we are. And this is the last chance to get this book. This is the 140-page work of art. This is volumes 1 and 2 remastered with an additional 30 pages of content, beautiful artwork, drawing, sketches, you name it. And this has got just, again, loaded with amazing stuff. So if you want this now, it's on Kickstarter. Last 24 hours. And again, last chance to get this because Kickstarter is different from Indiegogo. So there is no like online store. So this is going to be a very limited run. Here's a little sneak peek teaser of City Venus 2, the campaign that's coming next. So yeah, don't miss out on this. This is a massive book. I think the largest book that I'm releasing to date. So yeah, snatch it up now. And my other projects are still available on Indiegogo. So check them out. Hello, everyone. So there you go. There's the book itself. Yeah, like I said, I know I kind of went through it fast, but certain things I can't really show. This is, like I said, highly limited. I'm not doing any massive print runs. This is going to be a very small print run. This is for the diehards and the people who've been collecting my stuff, and they wanted some more high quality stuff. But yeah, like I said, it's not just a remaster of volume 1 and 2. There's an additional 30 pages of artwork that's never been published before in here. So it's like you get a whole new book thrown in there. So yeah, you get some really cool stuff to check out. Never too old for Lego. My brother just did custom cards, 40 of them. That will be in a pack of the new Transformers cards come out. He's Duke Comic Art on all platforms. Oh, cool. Awesome. Congrats to your brother. That's awesome. But yeah, I was a formerly designer of McFarlane Toys. I've also done stuff for Image Comics, just a number of different things, and a whole bunch of like indie covers and stuff that kind of hit all over the media as well. In like 2008, I did all those covers, those portraits of from political figures to people in music, the Beatles, Princess Diana, all for this one company, Blue Water Comics, but. Yeah, again, I'm not into any of that shit, to be honest. Like, I got paid to do portraits, although the Beatles were good. I liked them, but yeah, the political ones, I had no interest in any of that. It was literally, I was just good at doing portraits, so I got paid for those. Never read the books, don't care for them, but it did get me a lot of kind of publicity and stuff like that, and like I said, promotion, kind of globally too. There's a couple of places that yeah, they paid for some of those so they could put them in their newspapers and stuff overseas. That was kind of cool. But yeah, it's it is what it is. But my main thing is actually making comic books, and I have my creator-owned stuff. Like I said, that we're actually on the campaign. In fact, let me hold on. Since the one that's not on there, let me put that into the chat. Because all the books that I have that are on Indiegogo, those ship right away, either same day or next day. So let me showcase. If you do hit the link tree, I have everything in there in the description. Copy.
Yeah, everything's better when it's made with love, man.
Oh, for sure, dude, for sure. And since how? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying everything's better when it's made with love. Like, when Nan, when she's making you your pancakes in the morning, she doesn't just throw a bunch of stuff in a bowl and start mixing it. She
Yeah, right.
she lovingly makes it delicious just for you.
Right.
Like everything's better when it's made with love. And you guys love what you do, and you love doing it, or else you wouldn't be doing it.
Oh, for sure, man. For sure. Yeah. Again, my encouragement came from freaking Stan Lee when I was a teenager. So, having met him a couple of times, and then, ultimately him buying my artwork later, as I'm doing the convention scene, that was amazing. Absolutely amazing. But speaking of amazing, and since we have Halloween coming up, this is the perfect book. Still available if you guys haven't jumped on it yet. This is the 98-page oversized hardcover collected edition of Through the Woods. This is the whole story is contained in here. Issues 1, 2, and 3 put together in a beautiful format. And you know what? I haven't played the trailer in forever, so let's play that.
From Frankie and Vinnie Tartamella comes Through the Woods, the collected edition. This edition compiles the 3-issue miniseries into one solid volume for fans of Through the Woods and newcomers alike. Written by Frankie Tartamella and fully illustrated and assembled by Vinnie Tartamella, Through the Woods is an esoteric ghost story that will leave you haunted yet fulfilled. Follow investigative reporter Laura Langley as she unearths the tragic history of her newly inherited home and cabin in North Hudson, New York. This is a tale that started 100 years earlier, when this very land was a loggers' camp in the early 1900s. Laura's investigation finds her learning of her family's past and accidentally reawakens a restless spirit. Find out what else is haunting the pages of this completed series. If you missed the first campaign, this is the perfect chance to get your hands on this epic ghost story. This is the fable of an investigative journalist caught in the middle of a ghost story. A tale that started 100 years ago. Don't miss this second chance to take a midnight stroll through the woods.
It's been a minute since we heard from good old Red. It was nice. I forgot that he did that trailer. Because I got 4 other trailers in there. But yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, for those, again, if you haven't backed it yet, still available. Jump on that one. Shout out to Red Gaze. He does great stuff, and he's got his Sunswarm book and a bunch of other things in the works. So check all that out. But yeah, we got the Ash Can cover by Kelsey Shannon as well. So like I said, we have a ton of books still available. Unlike other creators out there, I actually have books that are ready to ship. So yeah, if you're buying them on Indiegogo, that means I have them in hand and they're ready to go. The Kickstarter, that one I should be getting money soon, and then yeah, we're going straight to print with it. So yeah, it'll be done before you know it, and way before the date that I have on the campaign. Papa Cotton, what's up, brother? Always good seeing you. Just doing a little bit of shilling on everything now. Yeah, I figured, since I started early today, so we could catch in a couple more plugs for the Kickstarter book. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're doing over here. But yeah, we'll get into other crazy topics soon, because that's what we normally do on the Fridays. So, and holy crap, there's plenty to talk about. If you guys haven't seen the old cackling hyena and the stuff that's going on with that one, holy shit. Yeah, brutal. I don't know if you saw any of that in passing. But
I've seen some going around. Yeah.
Yeah, she had her interview.
If that's what they're calling it, right? Yeah, interview.
That's what we call it. It's like I take longer shits than the length of that interview.
You know, it takes me longer to get to my mailbox and back than
Exactly. Holy crap. And it's funny too because they said that they had her in studio for 6 hours. They filmed for 2 hours, and all that they could use for footage was about 20 minutes. So that shows you how bad it is. And you had the Orange Man who basically did a 2.5 hour interview with no prep, no anything with Elon Musk, and that thing had 1 billion views. I thought that was that's night and day comparisons. But yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit. But always ETF, how you doing, brother? He's over on the Rumble side. We're in our last hours of literally last minutes of the other campaign. But I figured, let me show the some of the other stuff I got going. But whatever campaign you do find, you could click on and go to the next one. The last one that I had on Indiegogo was the Volume 3 art book. That's again still available, but it's on the Kickstarter as well. You'll see some similar stuff because again I was showcasing both stuff, but and some originals, which I need to update this or remove it actually because Evil Lynn sold. There's a few things that sold already, but I thought he got rid of them all, but apparently not. But let me go back to the other one. So where is?
Try get to snatch them up before Adam or Tolbat does.
Yeah, Adam, he snatched up another awesome one he found on eBay. But here's the Kickstarter. I think you could still back it. I put that other thing in there. We were funded. There's still late pledges available. So let me actually see what's available because it's again the setup is different from Indiegogo, so I wasn't kind of 100% sure on that. So you can still get the regular art book, the 2 art books. Oh wait, or maybe not. It's saying that you can't. Oh, because I can't back my own. Gotcha. Since I'm signed in right now. Let me check on my phone. Yeah, it's like I said, these sites are a little bit different, and I'm kind of learning them. But don't worry, like I said, the product is actually finished. I just, once they send me my money, I could go straight to the. Let me see back this project. Yeah, we're going straight to the printer anyway. Let's see. It looks like you still could. We have the art book, the 2 art books, all the comic books. Everything still seems to be available. Like I said, I'm signed in right now, so I can't really. It won't let me back my own project. I'm not looking to back it. I just wanted to scroll over to see what was available. But anyone who's watching, if you're taking a look, you could double check that. But again, so I don't know how long this is going to be available for. I got to look at their terms of service and all that stuff. But we're at the end. This might be the last day, so definitely, if you haven't backed it yet, I urge you to get the links out, let people know about it, because again, this is top quality work. There's many people that are still, and I'm pissed. There's a couple of books I've been still like I backed over on Indiegogo that I still have not received. One that I saved nearly a dozen times or so while it was being made. I know it's completed, finished, and I want to know why it still hasn't been, sent to the printer and given to fans. That's kind of pissing me off, but it's crazy stuff. On one hand, I could probably count. There's about I think 7 books I still haven't gotten, and I stopped backing books a while ago. I only backed the stuff that I know the creators delivered their previous book, but I'm going back to the old Chris Fisk model. If you have not fulfilled a book and you launch another campaign, you're not getting my money until I get my previous one. Then at which case, if it really is a little super long ass time, you're not going to get my money. I'm super tired of that nonsense. The grift is what they like to call it. But
Yeah, that's like, yeah, like finish the dang thing, and then I could understand, getting the ball rolling, or
Mm-hmm.
things like that. But like you said, if you finish the damn, fulfill something, for crying
Yeah,
out loud, before you start.
absolutely.
You know,
Yeah, it's crazy shit, man. Yeah, I want to let people know too. We had some product as well. Copy. If you guys are looking for some cool merch, I'm going to be updating this again as well. So if you click the link over here, we do have a real cool merch store that I put together as well. Let me see, which window is this thing going to be on? Should be this one. So I have a Printify store that I opened up, and quality is actually really good on these. So I have 3 prints available. We got 2 T-shirt designs and a coffee mug, and I think they're looking pretty dope. So yeah, we do have the Dorothy. We're not in Kansas anymore. Kind of fitting in today's world and the climate that's kind of going on right now, because it, like, brutal. This does not feel like even the early 2000s, does it?
yeah, no. And I like how it's got like the tornado motif to it. That's
Thank you,
kind of,
man.
it's a cool detail.
Yeah, I have it on right now. I don't know how well it's going to be popping up on here because of the chroma key I got, but I'm slow layout. But yeah, I think this thing printed really well, and you get all different colors, sizes, all that great stuff. But yeah, so the chroma key is kind of messing it up, but yeah, it's great stuff, great colors and stuff too. You can pick from. It's a unisex shirt, so guys, girls, it doesn't matter. It's an athletic fit basically. So
Because everybody loves a good picnic basket. Nay.
yeah, that was good. Hey, boo boo. Yeah, like I said, we got a couple of different colors. And if you see where it says Heather on it, like if it's athletic Heather or dark gray Heather, that just means that it's a polyester and cotton blend. So a lot like the t-shirts that you'll see like at a Target or Walmart or something. And yeah, they typically don't shrink like regular cotton does. Or they might shrink just a little bit on your first wash. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty good fit. So there we go. Like I said, we have it in white, black. The black and the white, they're regular cotton, and the other ones, I believe, they're all like the heather stuff there. So yeah, I'm wearing the dark gray one right now, as you can see, and I think it printed really well. And we'll go back, and yeah, we have the Alice in Wonderland, the Eat Me, Drink Me shirt, because everyone knows in the story that's what happened, right? So and I kind of did it like a vintage shirt, so it looks like it's kind of a little bit speckled or beat up, sort of. So I was playing around with the design, but yeah. So the Eat Me, you get it from like the mushroom design, and the Drink Me, obviously the tea. So there you go, kind of messing around with a little bit of the actual, the story and whatnot.
And that's a funny one too. It reminds me of the time years ago when I was still married and stuff, and I suggested my wife and I go to a Halloween party, and
Mhm.
she'd be a little cupcake and be Eat Me, and I'd be a little bottle and I'd be Drink Me.
Right.
I
That's
thought that was
great.
American. She didn't.
Yeah.
She didn't think that was her. This is the problem. The funniest bone in her body was mine. Like that's it. Like,
Oh shit. Yeah. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's the way it is sometimes, isn't it?
I thought
Holy
it
shit.
was
I do. That's hilarious, man. Very spot on. I dated a girl who was kind of similar. It's like that's why I didn't last. Because if they can't take a joke, but they can
yeah,
definitely take a bone.
yeah. But yeah, so
Yeah.
just those little attentions to detail, like you could have just put any shape on there, but you got the little mushroom shape. It's like,
Yeah. You gotta have fun with it, right? So
yeah,
yeah, and people like those kind of whimsical or a little bit of tongue-in-cheek humor. And yeah, so the mug, they're on both sides. So yeah, I made sure you guys are gonna get extra good quality too, because I hated that every time like I went to go buy a mug. I'm like, how come there's only artwork on one side? You know, I'm not Anna Taylor Joy. Like I don't have eyes on either side of my head where I can look all the way around. You know?
Look at both sides. Look at the other side of the mug from the other side of the mug.
Right? That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But yeah. So again, like we have the good stuff here, high quality. This looks beautiful. And of course, we do have we got a couple of prints. I'll be putting more up. But yeah, these are all original designs. So I have the Day of the Dead chick here, and you get 3 different sizes: 11 by 17, 20 by 30, 24 by 36. They come rolled up. So yeah, there's beautiful stuff. And yeah, if this thing will load. There you go. So yeah,
and we go. Shout out to Papa. I was just talking about you a second ago, Papa. How we were having a conversation about when you know the well is poison, stop drinking out of the well. You know.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
That's I was talking to Pablo about that earlier. Like when you know they're giving you, you don't go to the pizza parlor that just throws stuff in a pan and just releases, garbage pizza. Once you find out it's garbage pizza, you stop going there, right?
Absolutely, dude. Yeah, people don't learn. It's crazy. Like I said, man, I felt guilty every time. What was it with the Pirate book? I was literally a month and a half late, something like that, because I had gotten COVID, and that's the only reason why I was a little bit late. And every day it was driving me crazy that I didn't have it done, and I'm like literally like collapsing. Dude, yeah, I blacked out I think twice in the same night when I had this stupid thing when I had the vid. Yeah, it's funny. Like I got to go take a piss, and I opened up the door. And I'm like, oh, here's my bed. Whoa, I'm seeing spots everywhere. I think I can make it to the bed, and it was just like the whole everything just went sideways. I'm like, what happened? The whole room moved.
And then next thing you know, you're waking up on the floor like, where am I? Where am I?
It was like one of those movies in the 1920s where you just see like the black and just like until everything's went pitch black.
Yeah. That's all, folks, right?
Yeah, basically. And then I got up. I'm like, I laughed. I'm like, what the hell? What happened? How long was I down? I get up, and then like I just from getting up and turning around, I collapsed the other direction. The same thing happened. I was like, oh my! And I knocked over a bunch of shit. Yeah, maybe that's where I hurt my shoulder from.
Holy moly!
Yeah, But don't worry, Fauci's in hiding right now, from what I heard. I mean, I'm sorry. He's recovering from something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's crazy. But yeah, man. But even with all that said and done, I still got that book out way before anyone else in all their crappy projects at the same time. And all my other projects
can't.
Oh,
everyone saying, "Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't." Vinny was doing it, proving that.
Yeah, dude. Literally a hardcover book during the height of the lockdowns when you had these big names going, oh, there's a paper shortage and there's plastic and backboard shortages. No, there wasn't. Explain how I got beautiful hardcover books out to everyone. I had literally a ton of them came. Put it in. I had the pallet in the garage. And I had to run them up the stairs because I wasn't keeping them in the humidity and all that stuff and in the heat. So it's like, yeah, no, I got everything done. Signed, packed, delivered. All the projects so far, it's been over 2,000 books I've gotten out the door. And all these people, all they have are excuses and drama that they pull on YouTube because that's all they care about is their super chats. They don't care about any books or storytelling. They don't give a shit.
All that practically by yourself compared to the other guys who have warehouses full of people and teams to do shit. And,
absolutely, dude. The book where I had like the most help, or that was the Through the Woods one. My brother helped with all the boxes and stuff, and making trips to the post office, and a couple of cousins helped me pack them, but not the whole time, just for maybe a couple hundred books. We had over 800 that I got out the door for those. So that's what I'm talking about. These people don't really seem to care anymore, and that's what sucks. Because they destroyed the market. These drama queens and all that stuff. But I don't know. I'm still putting out high quality things, and like I said, the amount of stuff I've done so far and what I have planned. Um, again, I was telling Adam, a lot of people they wouldn't know what the hell to do with all the things I'm juggling during a day, and then working on these projects. So my apologies that I'm a little bit late with the City of Venus 2, but I have not run any campaign for that yet, because I know, like, if I ran it, I'd feel super guilty making you people wait. Like, I don't want to hold on to your money, and then not deliver for years. I'm not doing that. I'm making sure that the book's going to be done first, and then we launch. Because that way, when I launch, you guys are going to get your books in a very timely fashion. So, yeah, within a couple of months between launch day and all that stuff. But people they don't have that anymore. They don't have any respect for the customer or anybody else, and you can tell. You see how they treat other creators, and it's disgusting. So,
right.
But,
and
yeah,
that's,
so
what
far,
that's what this is. There's two kinds of people in the world: the kind that are out for themselves, and the kind that are out for the people around them.
yeah, absolutely, dude.
You're surrounded
Yeah.
with. You're either surrounded by people who are all about themselves or all about making sure everybody else around them is floating.
Yep. It's a crazy time, my friend. Super crazy. But like I said, though, the other one's still available right now. Jump on it if you could. If you can't, at least grab the links and be like, grab this before it goes, because again, I don't know how many days this thing's going to be, or even if it's up a full day. I don't know. Right now, we're in the late pledge stage, so yeah, jump on that. Has anyone seen a copy of White? Nope, and that sucks. Don't know what's going on. I wish I did, but I don't. Because I backed it. I have one of my covers is on that project. So yeah, that's really pissing me off too. But again, these are smaller creators who got burned because of the bigger ones, and they tanked all their stuff. So this is what I mean. If things were done the proper way, all this would have been built up properly. More people would have had, more money, more backers. That means these projects would have been fulfilled. I know that book is completed. They probably don't have the funds to print it. That's my guess right now, because I've seen it on the bigger end. I've seen some of their massive ones. They keep launching new campaigns because they don't have the money to pay for their previous one. So right there, that's a grift. That's cheat what they're doing, and it's really disgusting. Really disgusting. So poor planning, whatever the hell you want to call it. But it's supposed to be against their terms of service as well. So I heard Indiegogo, they're stepping up things, and they want to start getting rid of the grifters and all that shit. That's what I've seen anyway. That's what I heard. And there's speculation of what's going on with that. Some people are saying that it's going to be a pay to play situation. So
Right.
I don't know if they're going to be charging the creators like $100 or something a month just to keep them in circulation. Otherwise, you're going to be shadow banned. There's a bunch of stupid things I've been seeing. But my question is, for people who've already fulfilled and they have a track record of delivering, are they going to get any kind of like a reward system in place, or is it all just going to be bullshit right now so they could cut out all the smaller creators? Because that's what it looks like they're going to do. It looks like they're trying to cut out smaller people. They just want the businesses in there. So yeah, I don't know.
And then even then, weren't you talking like that's how you chose to go with Kickstarter in the first place? Because Indiegogo got raked over the coals and bamboozled by all these grifting guys that they started implementing all these things, and you went. That's why you chose Kickstarter anyway, a platform that you didn't really know a whole lot about to begin with.
Yep,
So you're going in blind kind of on some of this stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Totally blind on this because I don't know how it works over here. Yeah, I did switch. That's one of the reasons I switched over. The other reason is because a lot of people said it's the better platform. And especially if you have an art book, it should do pretty well over there. And I'll say, considering that no one even knew I existed on that platform, pulling 32 over 3,200, that is pretty good. I've seen people do really, really poorly on there. But yeah, I guess just the quality of the work and the fan base that I still do have. I thank the people who have been supporting it. I know money's super tight for everyone, and the market tanked off in a massive way too. People are holding on to their pennies, and I don't blame you. But yeah, I'm not going to try shaming anybody either. I seen a lot of these people do that. Always DTF for 5 over on Rumble. He says, "Hello, Vinny. Hope you and the campaign are doing well." Hey, brother, dude, thank you so much. It's doing okay right now. We're in the the late pledge stage, so I don't know how long that's going to be for. When I started this stream, that's why I went early today. We were like down to like the last 15 minutes, so that's why it's just me and Brutal today. I'm sure other people, they're still either doing their own thing or working or whatnot. So I figured, I'll just start early so I could get a little bit of plugging in for the projects. I'm sure if Tommy or Adam were here, they'd probably just say giggity from the plugging comment. But we're all still a little retarded. What do you want? Here, hold on.
There's a good plugging every now and then, I suppose.
Right. Hold on. I'll give myself a lotion.
Not okay.
Hey, he did send me $5, so you know what? You get a super chat bumper. This is for Always DTF. Thanks for the 5.
今天看起墙上写着秦香莲的32岁了，装个当朝驸马郎的气质王啊，满皇上的22岁了，装个当朝。
你好，中国，找西呢？我必须说，现在我有一个错误，我必须说，现在就是很重要。我爱更尊重中国更中国人，我很抱歉对我的错误，对不起，我很抱歉，不好意思，再见。
So there you go. Thank you so much for that. Hold on. Hey, Marinus, how you doing, buddy? Actually, I'll drop you a link if you're free. If you want to come in for a few minutes. Copy and paste. So there you go. Yeah, we could talk some comics if you want to. If you want to swing on by, I just dropped you a link. But yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy how everything kind of just went to shit because a lot of bad people and bad actors essentially. But like I said, I'm trying to make sure that the quality is going to stay up there because the mainstream. Oh my God, they're just doing horrible stuff in the mainstream. I kind of wanted to rip into that Wolverine book again because I was really, really disappointed. I love Capullo's work, but that story and what Hickman did was terrible. It's crazy stuff. I think I was supposed to talk about it last week, and I ended up talking about it on the Rumble side, not on the YouTube side. But if you didn't watch the full show, I kind of went into a little bit of what happened in that book, and it felt like fan fiction. So what is it, Wolverine Revenge? It literally felt like fan fiction. None of it made sense. I have no idea where the story's supposed to be taking place. It's idiotic from what they did. So they start off with Wolverine. He wanted a vacation, so he went down to the Savage Land, and just some of the other stuff that's going on in there. It made zero sense. He's with this African tribe of guys, and they're hunting another dinosaur while he's on the back of a Triceratops. I don't know what they were doing or what they were going for. But then the African guys, they run away. They're painted like zebra stripes, by the way, mostly white with black stripes on them. So I felt a little racist. But anyway, so they run away, and Wolverine's faced off against this other dinosaur. And correct me if I'm wrong, Brutal, you probably know this too. When the mutants are in the Savage Land, their powers don't work, correct?
Yeah, isn't it something like that? The Savage Land negates their powers or something? I don't know 100%.
So technically, his healing factor would not work, correct?
You would think so, unless he gets it from I don't. Yeah, where does he get it from? From his mutation, right? So if mutations don't work there,
right? That's how he survived. That's how he survived the adamantium process and all that. So in this book, he faces off against this other dinosaur. The thing chomps down on him, so half of his torso is inside of it, and he's slicing it up or whatever. So let's go, and like he's a-okay, but you see like the holes from the teeth that are in his body, and Nick Fury standing there like on a hill, like, hey, so you really don't know what's going on? He's like, what are you talking about? So they put him on the hella craft thing or whatever, and he's explaining to him what happened. And this whole story is just idiotic from the concept, from the get go. And I don't know if this again was, maybe it was just fan fiction. Maybe Capullo just wanted to draw crazy stuff, and they're like, oh, here's a story that means nothing. Let's just give you a 3-issue miniseries that isn't connected to anything. But it was bizarre. So Asteroid M, Magneto ends up crashing it into Canada, and there's like blackouts on the entirety of the world except for one place, and it's like near the Slavic countries or something. And the evil brother, they're the ones who were shielded by this. So it was something along those lines what they were doing. And like they're going to do a heist to try to steal their power. That's what it is. So the good guys are going to do a heist on the bad guys. Like this made no sense to me what they were doing, and how no one was able to stop Asteroid M from crashing. But hold on a sec. Logic's Finest, found you on another creative stream, and I like your perspective. But oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Marvel and DC hire fans for fan fiction who aren't fans of the lore and write everything now. Yeah, pretty much. And it sucks because I know both of those creators. I did a bunch of conventions with Jonathan Hickman before he started getting big. I think he had just got, what was it? The Da Vinci story for Marvel. I think he just started working on that. But yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild. Always DTF. He goes, wait, if the Savage Land negates mutant powers, wouldn't that mean that Wolverine couldn't make his claws extend either? That I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know how that. I thought it was like flexing a muscle, the way he pops out the claws. I could be wrong, but either way, his healing factor should not have worked. And I think there were storylines where he went to the Savage Land, and if he got injured or something, like he was getting massively affected, like he was starting to get like bacteria infections and things like that because the metal that's in him and all the other stuff that's going on. I could have sworn there was a story like that in the past, but if not, shit, I would write a good one. But there's a lot of stuff that they threw out the window just to have a goofy thing. Let's have this happen. So apparently there were a fleet of 20 of those aircraft carrier things that Nick Fury had, and he's down to 3 now. So they introduced us to characters that are just going to be cannon fodder, which was really extra stupid as well. So there's some guy with blonde hair. I've never heard of this guy before. I even forgot what his name was. He's only drawn in 2 panels. That's it, 2 panels. And the next page, he's dead. You have, what's his name? The guy with the derby, Dum Dum Dugan, and Maria Hill. And so we have those 3 characters, a handful of nobody shield agents. Then you have Winter Soldier and Captain America. So the plan that they were going to do, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Wolverine, Dum Dum, and Maria Hill, they were all going to like jump out of this helicraft thing or whatever, because they were flying over that Slavic country, and they were going to go look for where the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants and all those people are and steal their power. So as they're talking, so there's the 3 helicarriers, and they're kind of like in different directions. The guy with the blonde hair, he dies off screen. His whole thing, his aircraft carrier thing blows up. So you see it in the distance that it's blowing up in the background, and they're yelling. What's his name? Nick Fury. He's yelling over his intercom thing. Jump out of the plane, jump now, whatever. Because the helicarrier, we're down to 2 now. One just blew up. They don't know how it happened. It just exploded. So as they're jumping out, you see like there's a nice shot of them kind of skydiving out. Captain America's in front, and in the background, all 3 of them were blown up. So I think Dum Dum was still in one of them, so he's dead. Nick Fury apparently was in one of them. He could be dead. We don't know yet. And I'm saying he's dead because what happens later in this issue. So they land into the snow. This is just absolutely ridiculous. They land in the snow and they kind of branch off into different teams, and they're trying to find the entrance to get into this place. So you start to see the cannon fodder guys, the regular SHIELD agents, they're getting clipped out. Like Sabretooth is behind them. Deadpool, you see him knife someone in the throat, or he's got his sword and he kills one of them. Then they get to Maria Hill. She apparently gets decapitated. And they show her body, so you see her shoulder, and her head is like, I don't know, about a foot away. So she's dead now. She's a major character in those books, like, you know, with Nick Fury and all that. Okay, so I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then I guess the other guys all get captured, and you see Wolverine. He's like, oh, I could smell you. Come out. So there's Omega Red. Omega Red, Sabretooth, and Deadpool. They were killing all of them. And Omega Red apparently got Captain America, because you see, like, there's a page or two where he's walking in the snow and he has a monologue about how he's always in war and all this kind of crap. It doesn't feel right. It feels like this is fan fiction writing. I don't know. To me, it was such a massive disappointment. But he gets captured by Omega Red, and so Wolverine, like, he's going to face off against them. Obviously, he can't defeat those three by himself. So you see, like, he wakes up, he's got a collar around his neck. So you have Winter Soldier, Captain America, and Wolverine. They're all tied up, and they all have their shirts are ripped open, and there's like stitching on their chest in a circular pattern. So as they're talking, he's like, what the hell's going on here? And the villain of the book, or this mastermind guy, they came up with a plan, and they put bombs in their chests, in Winter Soldier and Cap and Wolverine. And he thought he was clever with his writing of how they used Omega Red's his mutant ability to, like, they played with the chemical reaction to dumb down the healing factor so that they could open up Wolverine and put the bomb under his rib cage. Now, I've read other stories. He's been blown up before. He's been put on fire. There's been pieces of him chopped up. You didn't have to write this thing where, oh, we nullified his powers enough so that we could put a bomb in him. Like, the whole thing just felt like it was a stretch. So anyway, you have another character pops up there, and Wolverine. He's more upset, not from Deadpool and the other ones that are there and working with this evil Brotherhood shit, which again is out of character, because Deadpool idolizes Captain America and Spider-Man. Those are his two, like, his big, he always wanted to be an Avenger and all that crap, and he idolizes them. So to have him help put a bomb into Cap's chest shows that he doesn't know these characters for shit. And it's stupid and it's sad when you see stuff like that. But Wolverine's more disappointed in the other guy who's there. And it happens to be Colossus. And Colossus, he's all... because of the power that's out or whatever. Now he's all pro-Soviet Union and death to America, basically. Like, that is completely throws away who Peter is, who Colossus is. It makes no sense whatsoever what they did. None whatsoever. That I'm on the winning side or whatever. He left Russia to be a part of the X because of what was going on in his country, and it wasn't fair and all this other stuff. And now he's pro all the way. Like, you can see it's just political garbage that they put in there. And then finally, Deadpool speaks. So he hasn't spoken yet until he's all proud of what he did. And it was his idea to put the bombs in their chests. Okay. So what do? Colossus, now he's the leader, apparently, not the mastermind guy. He gives Winter Soldier and Captain America a chance to go warn America and prepare. So they set them free. And without a fight or anything, they just run out like cowards. And you see the door open, and I'm sorry, I love Capullo's work, but this panel looks so boring and flat. Wolverine's just standing there. It looked like a stick figure drawing. And you see Winter Soldier and Cap going in different directions. And it was a very weak, like, running stuff. Like, it was poorly done. Basically, they're trying to run away from the radius of what the bomb would, if it does go off. So as they're talking, Wolverine goes, "I'm going to stay here and take care of what I have to take care of." He's trying to be, the best it is what he does, blah blah blah. So, the conversation that's going on with Deadpool, he's like, "Well, you know what? You never put a clicker in the hand of a madman," and he decides that he's going to set it off, and he goes, click, boom, he hits it. You see, Winter Soldier explodes. Click, boom, he kills Captain America. His head literally, like, you just see, like, the top part of his head in the snow. The body is, like, what was the point of it? You just killed your A-listers? Why? Why did you kill your A-list characters? And then Wolverine, he decides they're going to kill him too. So he hits it, and he explodes. And the way that they did the drawing, you could see, like, his skeleton and everything, or, like, all the meat or whatever is kind of, like, blowing off of him. And they kind of, like, walk away all happy. But Wolverine, he's got a healing factor. And you see parts of him, like, are super charred up or down to the metal bone. Part of it still, you see chunks of it. And a close-up on his face, like, you're all angry, like, the next issue he's going to go get revenge. Like, what? What kind of story was this? It felt like what did he get this off of Reddit or something? It was fan fiction. That's what it felt like. Really, really bad. Very disappointed. And not to say that all the Capullo stuff wasn't good on there. His drawings were still really nice, but there was one or two panels that looked like he just phoned it in. I don't know. It's a little bit strange to me.
Yeah, the story sounds pretty nonsensical. Like, some kind of fever dream shit.
Yeah,
or like the ones I never understood, where it's like the ballroom party dresses and stuff, where they get all dressed up in tuxedos and ballroom dresses and go to like a dinner party together or something. So nobody like, okay, I don't see, you're tuning into this stuff to see the action, to see adventure, to see fucking intrigue and shit, not, dinner parties, right? Like I never under.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And the what was it? The Starbucks coffee shop conversations. Like every comic book had that.
Right.
Yeah, ridiculous. But yeah, greetings from Raleigh, North Carolina. How you doing? I did a lot of conventions over at Myrtle Beach a couple of years back. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe we've met. I don't know who you are, but thank you for popping in here. Dark Side Comics. Can't come on. He's at work. Yeah. I figured. I went on way early because I was trying to push a little bit more of the campaign. Since we're now in the late pledges stage, so it is what it is. But Logic's Finest, he goes, what you're describing sounds like the animated movie Hulkverse. I saw that one. If that's the one that had Wolverine and Deadpool in it, that was actually done really well. I enjoyed that one. This was like, I don't know, man. It just made no sense. And again, I don't know what this time period's supposed to be, where if this story is just literally like an Elseworlds type thing or some kind of multiverse thing. I have no clue. It really made no sense to me. And it sucked because I was disappointed. There's no explanation of what time frame we're in, no introduction other than, his little I'm the best I am or what I do nonsense or whatever. So it's crazy. Soul Iron, how you doing, man? Hope you're having a nifty Friday. Yeah, man. We were just kind of. I was pushing like the last few minutes of my campaign on Kickstarter. But yeah, actually, we should hold that up while we're talking here. So yeah, for those if you missed out, here is the campaign again. Go take a look. Thank you for dropping the link. I believe it's also pinned in the descriptions. We got some merch as well. I showed the merch store a little bit before. So yeah, check out all that great stuff. But I don't know what they're planning for the next issue. I think he's having a fight with Deadpool. My guess is he's going to take them out one at a time. But you're making Colossus your main villain, like in this story. Like that is really stupid. And he's still wearing his X-Men getup. He's not like in another outfit or anything. He still has his hero outfit on. So it really makes no sense. I don't know. We'll see. Unless someone's being brainwashed or, like you said, brutal. It'll be like, oh, he woke up and it's all a dream. I don't know.
Weird, yeah. Like you said, like it's okay, you get the readers kind of wondering what's going on here, but it sounds, it doesn't kind of nonsensical to me.
Yeah, It's so stupid, but we'll see. A friend of mine did hook me up with the Alien versus Avengers. That's also Hickman, but I heard it was actually decent or pretty good. So I'll read that and give you a critique on that or a review as well. But we'll see. I again, I don't really buy Marvel or DC stuff anymore. I'll occasionally get something from time to time. There you go. But yeah, I'll occasionally get some books from time to time, but not typically the mainstream ones. Conan, I've been reading. Conan has been great. I got to catch up on the last story arc. I got them sitting in a pile right now. But again, getting this work done, putting out high quality for you guys, making sure you guys are going to get something extra special again. But yeah, I took some time away from Venus because I had to get some other artwork done, some other commissions and things, and I was putting together and making sure that this book was going to be extra special. And like I said, a remastering of Volume 1 specifically. That's what I really wanted to do. I touched up some stuff for Volume 2, but then there's like I told you, an additional 30 pages. So it's like you get 3 books in one, for this price. And 140 pages. Yeah, that's a lot of artwork right there. So, Darkside, he goes, I'm behind with Conan. Yeah, Conan's fantastic. Yep. I got a couple of the Savage Sword as well, the magazine size ones. I passed on the last one, though. I think they're on issue 4 right now. I passed on it. The first 2 stories in there look pretty good. And then the rest of the book, it's traced over drawings, and I'm not giving my money to scam artists. Like it pisses me off when they do stuff like that. But for the most part, though, the main Conan book has been really good, and that Rob De La Torre, he's been killing it on those pages. Very John Buscema like, and I really enjoyed that. So who was the guy who did the last arc? What the hell was his name? Braithwaite, I think he did the last arc. That's the one I still need to catch up on. I didn't read through that yet. He does pretty good work. I think he's done some stuff with Alex Ross. He did one of those the DC Justice League book. I think it was like a 12-issue run a couple of years back. I don't know, maybe like 8 years ago or something. I like his work. He does pretty good stuff. Yeah, Ross painted over that guy's layouts essentially. So, but it is what it is. But thank you. I got another backer too. Oh yeah, man, you guys are awesome. Again, my stuff delivers. So we got 4 active campaigns in Indiegogo. We got this one on Kickstarter. This one, like I said, is going to be over very, very soon. I got to look into some stuff to figure out when it's officially closed. But yeah, Soul Ion, thank you, bro. You got one more backer. I already got your art books, and it's also not a small time altogether. But since it's close to ending, I have to get in support, dude. You're a legend, man. I really appreciate that. But yeah, man, it's been strange because the whole kind of indie scene has been hurting in a massive way. I'm happy people are finally woke up to the bullshit. Because the handful of streams I did go on, the chat was all in agreement. Everyone's sick of the drama shit. No one wants to support those creators anymore. Like again, I was on Bancroft, Sugar Chris, John's Long Box. Everyone is tired of those grifters essentially. So I want to really see what's going to go on. Is Indiegogo really going to put a stop to it? Are they going to put a Band-Aid on it? Are these people who haven't fulfilled in 3 to 5 years, are they still going to be able to produce new campaigns? I don't know. But for me, I've always been keeping it as professional as possible. Every campaign's been fulfilled on time or early. The only one that was a little bit late, a month and a half late, was Shadow of the Kraken. But again, that's because I had gotten COVID. Other than that, everything's been fantastically on time. This one should come in early as well, provided that the printers don't screw anything up. But again, with the sample copy though that I have right here, it's epic. So like I said, I can't wait for you guys to see what I'm doing with Venus 2. The only reason I haven't really shown more of it is because I don't want to spoil that book. there's too many people that just give away everything, and it kind of drives me nuts. But yeah, Logic's fine. Because I got off the drama wheel. I just want to talk comics. That's it. Yeah, I agree with you. So YouTube, I'm trying to keep mostly on that. Rumble, we'll get a little bit into world kind of stuff that's going on. Yeah, in a little while, we're going to be doing that, where we'll kind of expose more of the political side of what these nut jobs are doing, because a lot of people don't know. And there's something horrible going on right now in Colorado. If you guys look it up, there's gangs of Venezuelans who it looks like they're taking over apartment complexes over there. So yeah, that's one of the topics we're going to be hitting over on the Rumble side. So I don't know, like the stuff that I do hit, it's more pertains to everyone and how we should keep our eyes open and watch out what's going on. But yeah, the YouTube side, I'm trying to keep more fun. Again, that's why on Thursdays I do the toy streams. Since that's my background, I was a former lead designer of McFarlane Toys. I'm still a big toy collector. I love all that stuff, although a lot of that shit's very expensive now. So yeah, we break down some stuff. And actually, I'm on Todd McFarlane's $1.6 million campaign as well. My shield from the medieval Spawn. That guy's he's actually, that's my design. So hold on, where is it? I'll show it over here. Spawn. Yeah, so here's his campaign. Yeah, 1.6 million right now. Which again, and like I said, I was a lead designer, but what this is a scam. Sorry, this is a scam. Todd McFarlane is worth more than $500 million, and he's pulling this crap. He could have released this in a regular collector's edition. And trust me, I was a fan of Todd's. I've worked for him. I know kind of the stuff behind the scenes. This, at best, should have been about a $30 to $40 figure with a slightly special packaging and released in stores. But instead, he's charging us freaking nearly $60 plus shipping and handling for this. And it's a beautiful figure. And I did pull the trigger on it because I want to get my work. And it's the only way I'm going to be able to get it. So, yeah, I ended up getting the black one anyway. But, yeah, let me scroll down. I'll show you guys the shield I designed. And, again, this is a design from nearly 20 years ago because that's when I worked for him. But, yeah, it's this one. I had a different headpiece, though. He's got the skull on the shield. I actually had a demon in my original design. But I don't think that they had their hands on it. But they did have the shape and the outline and some of the details that I put in there. So yeah, that's my design on a 2024 figure release. So and yeah, it is unlocked apparently. Yeah, so there you go. And yeah, it's magnetic as well, is what I heard. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, if you take off this forearm piece, you could just magnetically put on that shield. There's straps too, so if you want to slip his arm on it, you could do that from what it looks like. So yeah, there it is. You can see the full thing. So I thought that was kind of cool, though. It's funny. Some of his landmark moments, like I still been involved in. When he hit his not 350, when he hit 301 or 302, the record-breaking indie comic thing or whatever. One of my Spawn designs, technically it wasn't even a Spawn, but they made it a Spawn on there. The Skull Splitter. He was on the cover of one of the covers. Like they had 10 covers or something. Jerome Opeña. He drew like a bunch of different Spawn characters, and right in the front was my design. So I'm like, oh, that was awesome. That was pretty cool. So yeah, I'm still a big part of Todd's stuff, even though I haven't worked for him in like 20 years. But yeah. So let me see. I was in the campaign because a friend is interested. That first stretch goal, our additional hands and a sheath for the sword is unbelievable. Todd should be better than this. Okay, here's the thing, because I messaged what's his name, Articulated Ninja on YouTube. He did a little review on it too, and he was saying the same thing, and he was laughing. He goes, "What kind of bullshit is this?" Here's the thing: everything that you see on this campaign, it was going to be released with the figure already. He set it up in a piss poor way that he tacked it on after the fact. And now it's like, if we hit these certain numbers, you get, X amount of gifts. That wasn't originally on the campaign. The first 2 days that this thing launched, you were under the impression when you hit, oh, I'm backing it for $58, you were under the impression that you got all 14 extra items. So they set it up in an incorrect way. So, and after the fact, he's like, oh, we hit 700,000. Now you get a sheath for the sword. What are you talking about? You were going to put it in there anyway, So, but anyway, this campaign, I'm guessing, is going to probably hit between 2.5 and 3 by the time it's done. That's what my assumption is on this one. Depends how hard he's pushing it in other places. But again, for that amount of money, this should have been a full line of figures, not one figure. And he said something similar with his original campaign. That's why I didn't back the original one. I had no interest in it whatsoever. This one I cared about because I actually did that design, and I love the medieval Spawn. It's a shame they didn't do more with that character in the books and all that, but or maybe they did over the years. I stopped collecting his shit a long time ago. But it kind of is what it is. So yeah, I don't want to showcase that anymore. We can keep it on mine. But yeah, it was really stupid. Yeah, here's a pair of hands. We hit 150,000. Here's a pair of hands. Like what? Jesus, this is crazy.
Yeah. We bid enough on this car. Put the tires on it now.
Right? It's so stupid.
Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's like stop gaslighting people and BSing them. It's a little ridiculous. But yeah, so he goes, also one of the Call of Duty spawns that comes out in the retail has a soft goods cape, and this crowdfunded figure doesn't. Why? That's a good question. That is a fantastic question. He should have came with a variant cape for the amount of money that you're spending. So you could swap them on and off. If you want the soft goods one with the wire, or if you want to have the jaggedy plastic one, you should have an option. I agree 100%. And you know what? If I were still working for him, I would have pushed that. But again, it's on the toy stream, we were talking a little bit, and I brought up something along those lines too, where there was a lot of back and forth with, I didn't like what he was doing, and we were trying to come up with new articulation. And some of the figures I designed, they ended up getting like these ugly robot joints, or figures that won't stand because their articulation wasn't properly done. And I was trying to explain, like, this is wrong. Like, we got to do this way, and that way. And it's like, nope, they want it this way, and blah, blah, blah. And, he had his little rules. Later, he broke those rules, but still, we could have had better stuff if these people in these positions, they listened to, again, I'm a fan. I was buying this stuff. I bought a lot of Japanese import figures too when I was working there, so we could break down how they were doing it. Because Amazing Yamaguchi, they weren't that yet. Revel Tech was a big one, and they were doing new stuff. They were putting a lot of ball joints in figures, and you get extra range of motion. Nope, we're doing other crap that didn't make any sense. It kind of ultimately went out the window. Always Etep says having a magnet toy sounds awesome, especially since I got a comic books. Hold on, especially. Sorry, this stupid thing popped up funny. Especially since I got a comic coming soon who has magnetic powers. Yeah, I agree. Magnets on figures are pretty damn sweet. I know a lot of like the 12-inch figures, they'll do that. They'll start having. I know they did it with like the Marvel stuff. They'll have like the what's his face, Doctor Strange. He had a magnetic cape, so like part of it would be like on his chest or woven into the clothes underneath, and then you'd have it like on the soft goods cape, and you could kind of like just place it on and it holds. There's stuff like that they've done. I think some of the Iron Men had some magnetic stuff too. I know they had a lot of like electronics and lights that they put in there. But yeah, it's always smart when you do that. Some of the new companies too, they're what was it, Vinnieart? They're doing stuff that's more high quality than Hot Toys. And in arts, they have magnets on their feet and on some of the bases, so you don't even need a crotch stand or any of those stupid things or any waist huggers. It's literally on their feet, so the figure's just gonna stand, and you don't need any extra stupid things, which is really awesome. Yeah, maybe we can. Yeah, maybe I'll pull some of that up if you guys want to see it. I believe Big Bad Toy Store has some of that stuff. We'll see if we could break some of it down. I normally do the toy stuff on Thursdays, but yeah, we did that yesterday. So we have arts. Yeah, so they have like the Joker. I'll pull this up. These things are crazy expensive though. There's like a special edition one, I think. Hold on. It would work if I share screen, right? Here we go. So here's the Heath Ledger Joker, and like they have like rooted hair on him as well. Alternate arms where it's like they detach by the elbow, and you could like slide them off and they're like fixed. So there's no articulation by the wrist, but they gave him all different hands so that it could pose properly. But yeah, I believe like he's got magnets on his feet, so when you put him on his base, he'll stand just fine. And stuff like that. How thin are the profit margins on those toys and figures? Does McFarlane make it up on volume? Everything is made in China, as I understand, unless I'm wrong. Yeah, everything is done in China. The only thing that's not, you'll see, like if he has like the gray versions of his toys and stuff, he's got like a digital printer, and now he's printing them out and kind of seeing how they work. Or his team, they'll print it out and kind of put it together for him. So you could kind of get around some quality issues on, like, let's say if there's not enough clearance on an elbow or a shoulder or something with articulation. But yeah, his profit margins are pretty damn large right now because he's been doing it for so long, and the companies, the warehouses he's using in China and the manufacturing stuff, it's different. When I was there 20 years ago, he tried to go to another manufacturer that was in China and or another factory to make the figures rather, and he didn't know it was owned by the same guy, and he saw that the prices were less, so he tried to move his whole operation over there with one line of figures, and the guy went, oh, he's trying to pull a fast one on me, so he sabotaged the figures, and I caught that full line before they went out the door. So Todd owes me a lot more than you would think. But yeah, I saved an entire line from being completely like throwaways. So fuck, what wave was that? It was like a classic Spawn line where it was like a Violator clown. He had the knife in his hand. It was more of the Greg Capullo one, so he was super detailed. And he had a Spawn that had no cape, but he was holding like Malbolge's head, like decapitated head, and he had the huge sword in his hand. It was that line of figures. When you go to turn the head, the entire figure would explode. Like the way that you're supposed to put the paint and the glue on, they reverse the process so that they would look nice and packaged, but as soon as you open them up, every single figure would explode. So he was going to do that. The other factory was doing that to screw over Todd. Like, oh, you tried to shortcut me, and okay. So they had to work all of that out, yeah. So. Over the years, he's had to go through a lot of different things, but yeah, pay the people that are actually making your stuff so that they won't screw it up. But yeah, his profit margin is pretty damn good because with the amount of figures now that he produces, yeah, they give them like other breaks and deals and shit like that. And since he's the #1 toy manufacturer in North America, thanks to the DC figures and that whole line. Yeah, he's got a little more leeway.
There's 375 different versions of Batman.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, we showed some of them last night.
Yeah.
It's nuts. But again, some of the quality is good, and then some of the quality is pure shit. So it depends, I guess, on the figure. But he's not mass producing them in the amounts that he used to anymore. Because that's the one thing I saw with a couple of like the people who've been buying them. Because you'll have your big retailers like Target and Walmart. So they'll have certain deals with them. Then you have the people like the comic shops or toy stores who want to carry those things. So as they're trying to cut those deals, they have to buy a certain number of figures from Todd. So like they'll have to have a special account. And you need like, I don't know, we'll say 40 of this character, 50 of that character or whatever it is. And if they don't hit those numbers, they don't do business with them. From what I've seen, at least on YouTube, there was a guy talking about that. So, but the big chains are a little bit different. So let's say he'll have a new Green Lantern figure that he puts out. Maybe it's one of the lesser known Green Lanterns. He's not making, let's say, 100,000 of that figure anymore. Maybe he's down to 6,000 of him, and it's kind of scattered around the United States. And once they're gone, they're gone. He might re-release them or use the same body parts to make other figures. So that's why you'll see, like, I don't know, 60 different versions of Batman, because he'll use like the same legs and upper torso, but maybe change the arms on one and a new head, or add a cape that maybe it was a rubber cape. Now he's playing with soft good capes. So he'll do minor tweaks, but it's the same mold. So he doesn't have to pay for an entire new figure. It's literally just a couple of other parts that you'll add on to that pre-existing mold. So again, they're saving money that way. Hasbro is known for that. Hasbro does that with the G.I. Joe stuff. Unless it is a completely, brand new character, you'll see either legs be reused, boots, hands. They might change the color of the plastic that they use, stuff along those lines. So that's how they cut corners. But they keep their prices high, So it's.
I just saw one go by. It was a couple, maybe in the last week or so, and it might have been McFarlane. I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, it was a Green Lantern figure, and they gave you 3 different heads. One was to Hal Jordan, one was like a different alien guy.
Okay, that's cool.
Guy, So, you could change the head out and make it different, and you could probably pull it off too, because they all wear pretty much the same outfit, right?
Oh yeah.
The Green Lantern costume is pretty universal across all of them, more or less.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them are a little different, but and basically, right, you could just swap out the head to make it a different guy. So then, if you wanted to display all 3 of them together, you'd have to get, 3 different bodies with 3 different heads.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and that's what he does. And he'll change some other accessories too, so he can milk you for even another $22, whatever they are. Always DTF, man. Dude, yeah. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for supporting the project and for the $5 Rumble rant. He's driving his brother to school. Cool, man. Drive safe. Thanks for swinging by. But yeah, the whole thing is kind of crazy. But yeah, figures are. It's an interesting business, is what it is. I eventually like to do that, but no way in hell I could do it now. But yeah, maybe later on at some point. I still know a couple of sculptors and stuff too. But I prefer hand sculpted stuff. I don't like that everyone's going totally digital, because some stuff looks good, other stuff it doesn't have the same quality, and you can kind of tell that. So it depends on the factories that are making these things too. That what's good, what's bad, and whatnot. But yeah. So yeah, but this is the Vinnieart figure. I think there were some magnetic parts on him too. I saw someone do a review a while ago. But yeah, like these things are pretty cool. Like all these hands, like I said, there's no articulation in the wrist, but they're swap out parts entirely. So like I said, from the elbow all the way up. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. Pretty damn cool. Yeah. But
yeah, I like it, man. I like it. And like you said, it's got the actual hair instead of just molded plastic stuff.
Oh yeah.
That's
well,
cool.
like I said, the price on these things are freaking astronomical, and because this is a special edition with the rooted hair and the cage. Oh, that's actually metal. This whole. Did we have a full view of it here? What was it? Can't see here. Yeah, the actual prison cell. Those are real metal bars. So yeah, they're really stepping it up.
Yeah,
so that's why they're giving Hot Toys a run for their money.
Yeah, stuff like that makes it worth what they're charging, or an interesting thing to have, or a common piece or something, right? Gives it that little oomph,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's wild. There's all different types of things that they do it with. I know, back in the day there was people use pewter, but like when I was in the toy scene, it was still clay. There were specific types of them. For McFarlane, there was a guy who he invented a certain type of it. So they would use like something that was close to Chavant clay, and then someone did like it was called Castelline. Like they did a combination of different clays. So it's something like you'd have to kind of heat it up to make it a little more pliable. But as it cooled, like it got a little harder, but you could still rework it and stuff. So if it was super cool, like you could use like a different type of a tool and like put like patterns and stuff and textures. So let's say you take like an X-Acto blade and you take like let's say like a regular saw. If it was more like a fine tooth saw, you put it into the X-Acto blade and then like you kind of scrape like the textures into like the clothes and stuff like that. That's like one example of some of the details. Like you'd see crazy details in those figures, but after you would get like a full figure like done and it looks pretty good, they would then bring it to the mold shop and do another mixture of clays. So it'd be like a mix of that Castelline clay now with like beeswax and a couple of other ingredients. So now this thing, it was the opposite. Well, you'd really have to heat it up in order to work it. So it became, it was very hard, but it was still fragile. So like if you dropped a figure or an arm or something, it would shatter into like a million pieces. So they would use a jeweler's waxer and carve in extra details. So the process was very different from what it is now. And then from that point, then you'd get it molded and casted in resin and then send it over to China. And then they would downscale it because they were like, they called them 2-ups. They were double the size of a regular figure. So the more detail you put on when they're bigger, when you shrink them down, it'll retain or look even more detailed. You won't lose as much. So that's kind of the reason like they were doing those processes. But now it's all done digitally, and then they'll send those files over to China, and that's why a lot of things look a little more plain or not as detailed or a little simple. They're starting to get better from what I've seen in that process. So like I said, it's still sort of, people are working it out. But yeah, I have a handful of things from them, not a shit ton, but you can tell the difference between if something was actually hand sculpted versus if it was done on the computer and then printed out digitally. So, because there's one I think I'll be reviewing next week or the next time I do the toy stream, which I got one of his movie figures that it was on sale. If I show it now, you're not going to be able to see it because of the chroma key thing, because he's still in the box. But it's something I got on sale. It was like $14, originally like 30, but I got it for 14. I'm like, oh yeah, and I like this character, so I'll show that and break that down a little bit for the next toy stream. But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, figures like these. Yeah, it is what it is. Like the whole industry is different. But yeah, so like this whole base, that part's all metal. I think they said there's real wood in there, but then there's like I think a magnet under there as well. So if you want to just have them standing up properly or whatever. From one of the reviews I saw a long time ago, because I think this came out like 2 years ago, I want to say. But yeah, it's pretty cool though, the types of details and shit that's in here. I think this is also metal, not 100%. It's been a minute since I saw a review on it. But yeah, all the wrists, all the hands, like there's a magnet on all of those. So again, there's more cool shit. There's your magnetic wrists or your hands. So you'll tuck it underneath his cuff. But that was a good workaround, not to have like the ugly wrist joint. So if you want to pose him like he's an actual statue, I thought that was pretty dope. And and the paint job, these are all hand painted. So that was pretty sweet. What's up, Tommy? Good seeing you, man.
Yeah.
Is that an MP40? It might have been. I don't 100% know all types of guns. But yeah. I don't know what that is. Revenge of the Sis. Starts in 5 minutes. Gotta go. All right, man. Have a good one, Papa.
Yeah, those guys are pretty funny too over there. Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't familiar with that. Was that another streamer?
Yeah, it's another stream that Papa likes to watch. Some guys call out some crap too all the time.
Okay. Cool, man. Yeah, like I said, man, I went earlier today because there's other stuff I need to take care of as well. But Yeah, for those who supported me, man. Yeah, thank you guys so much. I don't know, we could probably end this one now and then head on over to Rumble. You want to talk a little crazy stuff? Brutal, you down to talk crazy stuff?
Sure, why not? You know, why not?
Yeah, why the hell not? Let me get this off screen. Yeah, because I know they had like that company also did a Batman that I believe he sold out, where he had a whole ton of different magnetic pieces and parts to swap in and out. But yeah, let me close this one up. But yeah, for those one more time, I'll show you guys. Again, we got 25 backers on this one, or 24. What happened? Did someone back out? I don't know. I got to see what happened. Sometimes this thing doesn't lock on properly too. Oh no, it's 25. Yeah, so 33.55 we're at. Hold on, this one more time. So yeah, apparently it's still in this late pledge thing. So I'll look at that after this stream and figure out like how long that's going to be available for, and when they're supposed to send me my payment. Because same day that they send me my money, I am telling the printer, yeah, let's start working on these. So yeah, grab this one, get it out there, help if you could. I'm going to grab the link for Rumble. Copy.
Yeah, they don't call Vinny the fulfillment king for nothing. You know, you don't get that moniker by fooling around.
Yeah. I didn't label myself that. The fans called me that. So, and I know there's a lot of people that tried to steal that afterwards, and I'm like, yeah, well, you're second, you bumps. So, right. So anyway, but yeah, they've been calling me that for the longest time. Since again, Through the Woods, the hardcover edition, which I showed before. So that's been a couple of years now. But yeah, for those who haven't got it, you could still back it. So jump on all that. Back these other projects. And like I said, if you haven't had any of my books yet, we do have a tier that has the 2 art books and 2 comic books together. If you do want Through the Woods, though, you got to go over on Indiegogo to get that one. So yeah, this saves you a little bit between the shipping and all that stuff. Plus, that is the special variant cover, which is not going to be available anywhere else other than one of the original art tiers on the Shadow of the Kraken campaign. So that's the only other way to get that version of Kraken. So yeah. So here is there is the link I dropped in here for Rumble. Head on over to there because we'll start hitting some of the cackling hyena of Kamala and all that. Where are we? Yeah, all right. So let me. Oh yeah, I forgot. Let me close out the Facebook as well. I don't even think anyone's watching on Facebook. That's why I stopped streaming over there. So I'll close this one out. Delete that. Okay. Or no, not delete it. Remove it. There you go. So that one's gone. And let's see. YouTube. Remove.